Namaste. Welcome to Yoga with Lisa SXM. It's Thursday. Not raining today for a change, thank goodness. Sun is out. Let's bring some of that sunshine into our bodies. Breathe in and feel every molecule of air filling up your body. Invite the breath in. Let's close the eyes, lengthen through the spine, relax the arms and shoulders. Breathe with intention, awareness, and gratitude. With every inhalation, sit a little taller, strengthening and lengthening through the spine. With every exhalation, imagine yourself floating up off the land, off the ground, up into the air, floating free like a bubble of light in the sky. Just following the breeze without any malice to any person or anything in the world, just light and free. And I'm saying good morning to my regular watchers. There's Audrey and Ellis. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for taking time to do some yoga with me this morning. So let's go ahead and continue to breathe. As you breathe in, think of breathing in with the breath, the light and love from the universe, giving you strength and filling your heart with peace, trust, contentment, and love. I see Audrey sending me love. I'll pass it on to everybody out there. Let's take a moment to drop the head forward as we continue to breathe long, slow, deep, full breaths. Drop your chin down to your chest. Release the belly so that the neck can really let go, because if you keep your belly tucked in like you're trying to hold your belly in, the neck will also keep held. Release your belly, your neck releases. They work together. So release the belly and let the head drop forward. Really let it go. Feel like it's a bowling ball on the end of a rope, and it does not have any intention of holding itself up at all. It's amazing how far your head will drop down if you just continue to keep letting it go deeper, stretching that back of the neck, and allow the breath to enter the neck, the shoulders, the upper back. Beautiful. Let's begin to move the chin along the collarbone, a little bit left, a little bit right, breathing in, breathing out. We're just working ourselves into the early stages of our class, which is mostly just breath and relaxation, stretch, movement, and getting that attitude of awareness and gratitude to fill the heart. Filling your heart with positive energy does a world of good for the body, releasing stress, allowing that fight or flight mechanism inside of us to stop for a second and allow you to clear out the cobwebs, clear out the toxins, clear out the waste products from our metabolism. Those waste products can often accumulate, and if you never relax, they may even become toxic. They may become seeds of disease. So this is for you, this class. Breathe deep, move with intention, and in coordination with your breath. And really exhale when you exhale. Get it all out. Now we're going to sweep that chin all the way to the right shoulder and lift the face up. Hold right there. Adjust your posture. Let your heart shine forward. Your shoulders just go back a little bit, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Look over your right shoulder. And now relax your shoulders. Relax your belly. And drop your head down. Gaze towards your armpit or your elbow. Feel the stretch on the oblique side, the opposite side of the neck, from behind the ear or from the jaw. Stretching down towards your shoulder or your shoulder blade. Let's see if every exhalation we can drop the head a little closer so your nose starts to point right at your armpit. If it doesn't feel good, if it feels too far, you don't have to force it. In fact, right now, let's just bring the head back and forth along the collarbone. 3 or 4 times back and forth. Breathe as you move as you breathe. Deep, slow, aware, connected. Let's go to the other shoulder now. Bring that chin all the way to the left shoulder and sweep the head up to a neutral position. We're going to look left. Send the shoulders back and the heart forward. Hold this position. And slowly drop your chin, looking towards your armpit or your elbow. Relax the neck and let the head fall forward. And then back to the middle. Back and forth a few times more. And then slump your shoulders, round your back, and drop your head even farther forward. Really just let yourself go. Be like completely balanced and soft. Drop your head, relax everything. Very good. Okay, that's our warm-up for the neck. Let's work the shoulders a little bit. Roll the shoulders up and back. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Switch it around, come over the top and back. It should feel good. It should make you feel good. Remember, anything we do together in our yoga sessions, you're in charge of what you decide to do. Don't overstretch. Don't overforce your body into some position that is not beneficial. Always keep aware. Always keep gentle. Better to be too soft than too hard. Okay, so we're going to stretch out our legs now. Go ahead and stretch out those legs. And pull the flesh away from your sitting bones. Flex and point your ankles a few times. Wiggle those toes. All scrunch them over with the ankles flexed, and then bring them back with the ankles flexed. Keep the ankles flexed. Just the toes are working here. Back and forth. Breathe. And wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Jiggle the whole legs out and in. Feel the bones of the thighs as they connect into the hips, moving in that connection, moving in that socket, that ball and socket joint. All right. Let's see if we can slide back onto our elbows. Drop back into your elbows and allow yourself to be heavy for a moment. Just sink down, slink down. Let the shoulders and the shoulder blades and the neck sort of collapse in, and just let yourself be. Release your belly, release your hips. 3 breaths here, just relax. All right, now bring your shoulders up a little bit, just a little bit, so that you can bring your knees to your nose or to your chest. And stretch your legs straight up. Bend the knees. Send one leg straight out. It doesn't have to be close to the floor. It can just be out in the middle of the air. Bring it back in, other leg out. Switch it back and forth. We're just straightening one leg at a time. Let the leg go wherever feels good. Stretch it out. Breathe. knees in and straight up. Now we're going to take the straight legs. Left leg's going to stay right where it is. Right leg drops down and just kiss the floor and then come back up. Other leg down, kiss the floor and come back up. One more time on each side. Beautiful. Bend those knees and sit back up. Stretch your legs back out straight. Okay, open up the legs about shoulder width apart. Reach for your ankles. Grab a hold of your ankles. Pull gently and straighten your back. Lift the head. Look down at your knees or the floor between your knees so your neck is straight. Straighten through the spine. Nice. Slide the hands up. Come sit tall. Now let's do a couple of spinal twists. Seated spinal twist. Your classic, basic yoga class seated twist. Both legs together. Bend your right leg. Cross the foot over the knee. And now we're going to reach the left arm forward and wrap it around your knee. Or you can just grab your knee in your hand. Once you get that position, your right hand comes forward. And you're going to watch your fingers. They're going to go to the right. Watch them go all the way around and then drop them to the ground behind your right hip. Your free hand by your knee can make the OK symbol, which actually is a sacred circle that we use to help us keep concentrated on our core and our center and our true self. You can imagine your mind as you breathe going around that circle. Look over your right shoulder, sit tall, push the ground away with your back hand. And we stay here for 5 breaths. Bring that hand into the air behind you and bring it forward. Watch your fingers as it comes forward. Both hands reach forward. Uncross your legs. Hold a balloon over your head and then bring it over your toes. And bring it to your chest and up. Breathe in. Exhale. Take your time. This is a delicious, big movement. Coordinated with your breath. Breathe in as you reach up. Exhale as you bend forward. Up we go. And bend forward. 2 more times. Breathe in and lift. Exhale, bend. 1 more time. If you want, you can stay here for a moment. Maybe grab a hold of your feet. Beautiful. Come back up to seated. Take a moment to just sort yourself out. And let's do the spinal twist the other direction. Bend that left leg now. Place the foot on the floor, cross it over the knee. Reach forward with your right arm and wrap it around your knee, or grab the hand right on the knee. Reaching forward with your left hand now. Watch your fingertips as you go beyond and behind. Once it goes as far back as it can go, we drop it to the ground behind the left hip. Your right hand, your knee hand, can be in Yoga Mudra. And we look over the left shoulder. Stay here for at least 5 breaths. Ready, bring that hand up into the air behind you and let it travel forward. Watch it as it comes. Both hands reach forward, uncross the legs. Got your beach ball or your balloon over your head, bring it to your chest and out over your toes, and then up into the air. Breathe in to the chest and out, and up. One more time, all the way around. Breathe in and lift up, stretch it straight up. Flex your ankles. Reach for the ceiling, look up at the ceiling. Reach and wiggle your fingers. And then let them slowly come down like dripping candle wax all the way right in front of your face, right down to your thighs. Let your hands rest on your thighs. Keep the back straight. See if you can shine your heart forward, shoulders down and back. Breathe deep, lift up with the top of the head. Beautiful, very nice. Let's bend our knees and sit up on top of the knees in hero pose. If you don't like this pose, you can use a pillow to support yourself, or you can stay in the regular, comfortable, easy seated pose that we used at the beginning of class. All right. I'm going to take the right hand to the ground and reach the left hand up. Put a big curve through the side body here. Feel the stretch in your ribs on the side, through the armpit, the elbow area, the fingertips, the palm of the hand and the wrist. Stretch everything from your hip to fingertips. Keep breathing. Nice. Push it up. Bring the arms around the other way like a windmill. And let's stretch the other way. From hip to fingertips, we stretch. Beautiful. Come straight up. Arms out to the side, and let's make our arms work like waves of water on the ocean. Shoulders working, elbows working, wrists and fingers all working. Let your waves be bigger, big waves. Small craft advisory out on the sea when the waves are this big. Even bigger, big, and let it be a little bit like a palm tree blowing in the wind. Let the whole body move with the arms. Stretch and breathe. Beautiful. Arms out to the side, bring them forward. Bow your head. Look down towards your hips or your chest. Reach your fingers forward. Feel your shoulder blades creating space between. Shift those shoulder blades away from each other. Bring the fingers straight up overhead. Breathe in, lift up, and prayer hands down. Stay here for a moment. Quiet solitude. Bring honor to whatever you feel deserves honor in this moment. Thank you for that. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and lay back on the floor. Lay back on your yoga mat. Bend those knees. Place them close, your feet close to your hips. And how we'll do it for be on the camera. Get a little farther away, I think. All right. Make sure you feel very balanced, very comfy, very flat on the floor. Arms can be wherever feels good right now. We're just going to drop the knees left and hang out here for a moment. Ask the hips to let go. way over to the other side. Just hang out here for a moment. Feel the body kind of give in to gravity. Resist not. Nice. Bring it up, and we're going to go back and forth a few times. Just let your legs sort of flop left and then flop right. Let the hips be super loose. Ready, bring those knees up, and let's bring them to the chest. Bring your hands to your knees, squeeze in and release. 3 or 4 times, just gentle squeeze in and release. Squeeze in and hold. Keep squeezing those knees into the chest. Allow them to go wide if they want to, so the knees approach the armpits. Close the knees back up, and let's stretch both arms and legs up to the ceiling. Circle the wrists, circle the ankles. Change direction whenever you feel like it. Let's flex and point a few times. Ankles and wrists. Flex and point. Flex and point. Flex and point. Flex and hold. We're going to bend the knees, bend the elbows, bring it down, push it up. Bring it down and push it up. Imagine it's heavy. Imagine whatever you're pushing up is heavy. Ugh. Make the body work. Ooh, we're going to do this 10 times, so get ready. Here we go. 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach for the ceiling, point your fingers, point your toes, bring your head off of the floor, and reach with the top of your head as well. Reach up and try to make as much of your body touching the mat as small as possible. Lift the shoulders, lift the hips, keep reaching up. Keep breathing. Keep breathing, keep reaching up. All right, slowly coming down, allow yourself the luxury of spreading out on the mat. Nice and heavy on the floor. Let yourself go. Focus on your breath. Let your breath be connected to your root chakra, deep in the torso. And then let the breath rise up through the column of the torso, all the way to the throat and into the head. Beautiful. Let's roll over onto one side. I'm going to roll onto my right side. My left side's going to be the reaching up side. And just let your head rest on your arm, or if you have a pillow handy, you can put the pillow right under your head and allow yourself to just be a little bit like the fetal position. Knees are bent and stacked, hips are bent, upper arm rests on the hip. Let's stretch out the top arm, reach for the distance with the fingers, and then take that top leg and reach out through the heel. And then lift the arm and leg together and bring them up as high as they go. Wherever your range of motion is as big as it can go. Don't force anything, and don't do whatever feels wrong for your body. If it's painful or awkward or sensitive, make a modification that works for you, or just rest. The idea here is to find some flexibility in the hip, but also connect the movement to the breath. So as you breathe in, you rise, and as you exhale, you sink, and it's very, very meditative. Two more, just like this, nice and slow. And now that the arm and leg are up, see if you can bend the knee if you need to. Grab onto that big toe with your peace fingers. Peace, man. Grab the big toe, straighten the leg, or if it won't go straight, get it to a good position where you feel is a nice stretch for your leg. And just hold right there. Release the foot and slowly bring the arm and leg down. Resume your resting pose in fetal position. Let's take that top leg and bring it up, bend the knee and put it in front of your chest on the ground. And then straighten out your bottom leg. Straighten it out and maybe even turn it a little bit so the top of the thigh is down on the ground. And then this shoulder that's up in the air is going to reach back. Let it go back as far as feels good and open that hand, palm up onto the floor. This is a version of a reclined spinal twist. If it doesn't work for you, you can adjust in any way that makes it more beneficial. When you're ready, bring your hand back and bring the legs back. Let's do one more leg stretch before we leave our right side down, left side up position. Bring those toes to the fingers again. Grab a hold of the big toe and find your stretch. Find the stretch that works for you. Release and roll over to the other side. We're going to repeat on the other side. Find yourself in your fetal position. Knees are bent, hips are bent. Your upper hand is your right hand now if you're with me, side to sidewise. And we're just going to put that hand to rest on the thigh. Let's reach with the hand into the distance, fingers reaching. The upper leg reaches through the heel, and they come up together as you inhale. Find your range of motion. Work with your range of motion, whatever it is, with no critique of your flexibility, no inner dialogue saying, oh, I'm not very flexible, or and no inner dialogue saying, oh, I can't do that. Just be open to what your body is asking for and deliver that stretch, that movement, that reach, and that rest. The resting part of our yoga exercises and our yoga practice, the resting part is so important. because it's not like we're just being lazy. We are allowing ourselves to incorporate the movement and integrate it into the new you. Also, as I've said many times, when you relax and you're aware and you breathe deep, that's when the body can really heal itself. So it's so important to incorporate the resting times into your yoga practice. Beautiful, totally integrated breath and movement. Let's bring the leg up and see if we can grab a hold of the big toe with the two fingers of the upper hand. Grab and find a good place to stretch. Just hold and breathe. Beautiful. Whenever you're ready, drop the leg down. Return to that resting position. We're going to take the top knee, bend the knee and place it on the ground in front of your chest, and then take this bottom leg and straighten it out, and maybe even turn it a little bit so the front of the thigh is down, pointing towards the floor. Then your top shoulder goes back, open that hand out, palm up, and just relax, allow yourself to relax. Slowly coming out of your spinal twist, just come back to fetal pose. And from here we're going to come up onto hands and knees. So see if you can put that upper hand right on the floor in front of your chest. Push up and come onto hands and knees, table position. Okay, good. Make sure your wrists are right under your shoulders, knees right under your hips, and let's arch our back up and drop our head, drop our tailbone. Find yourself into a big arch like a black cat on Halloween. Wow. And then we drop down to a flat back, the table position again. Make sure your fingers are pushing down, and make sure your shoulders are pushing down. Really elongate through the arms and shoulders. Allow the back to sway down now and lift your face, lift your tailbone. This is the cow position. Move. We go back and forth between cat and cow. Any speed is perfect, whatever feels good to you, but do connect your breath to your movement. Inhale and exhale as you go up into arch and down into cow. Cat and cow. This is one of the nicest things you can do for yourself. Do it every day, at least a few minutes of cat and cow every day. Keeping that back flexible, keeping the hips and shoulders connected to the back in a way that is very integrated and loose. We don't want to be stiff. We don't want to have aches and pains all the time. We want to be fluid and loose and free and coordinated and capable of whatever we put our minds to. So let's just keep doing our yoga, and that will allow us to keep doing all the other stuff we want to do in life. All right, come back to a flat back. Let's look right and left. We're around your shoulder as if you're trying to see one hip at a time. Stick the hip out. And even if you don't see the hip, that's okay. Just look for it around the shoulder. Let's see if we can pick up this a little bit more like a puppy dog wagging his tail. So we're just going to make it more of a back and forth, boing, boing, boing. And shoulders are moving, hips are moving. We're just wagging our tail. Some puppy dogs really wag their tail fast. It goes faster, even faster. Some puppy dogs really wag their tails. They see their kibble coming and they just kind of go crazy. And if you feel like you can manage that today, then you can do it too. Slowing it back down. Look for the shoulder around. Look for the hip around the shoulder, back and forth. Take your time. Yes. All right, let's go back to cat and cow. Arch and sway. Breathe as you move. Move as you breathe. In and out. Up and down. Beautiful. Let's go into pose of a child here. We put our knees together, put our toes together. Sit back on your heels, and you can bring your hands palm up by your feet. Allow yourself to just rest in pose of a child. Nice. Hands to the floor. Bring yourself up. Let's come back onto sitting on our hips and open the legs out into a straddle. Let your legs go apart as far as is comfortable for you. Don't worry about it if they don't go very far apart. That's fine. We're just going to sit tall for a moment. Pull the flesh away from your sitting bones first, if that helps you to connect through those pelvis points and the bones of the pelvis. And then you have something to push down against in order to lift. And stretch up, reaching up, stretching tall, reach up, breathe in. Stay here for a moment, really feel tall in the fingers and in the top of the head, reaching up. We drop the right hand down, watch it come down, and let it go all the way underneath the belly and over to the left thigh as you reach over. Your right ear coming to your left knee a little bit, and then we come up and the arms go all the way around and tilt the other way. Up, breathe in, exhale down one side. Okay, that was a side bend. Let's turn, face the left leg a little bit, and bring your nose close to your knee. Or bow your head over your knee, if that's a better way to think about it. And come up. Let's go to the other side. One hand on either side of the right knee. Bow your head over your right knee. Stay here and breathe. Let's go one more time, back and forth. And back to the right side. Coming up, we're going to put both hands in front now. Bend those elbows. Make sure your hands are in a good place, like as if you wanted to do a push-up. Nice strong arms. Bend elbows and let your face come a little close to the floor and then push back. Exhale as you go down. Inhale as you come up. And one more time down. And up. Beautiful. Let's bring those in and sit in our original cross-legged position. Let me bring the camera a little closer if possible. Oopsie. All right, take a moment. I want to bring up the concept of the Ujjayi breath. It's a very ancient breathing technique. And it's just an easy thing to do, but it really connects your breath and helps you build awareness of the breath in the body. And that just means that you're going to constrict your throat just a little bit as you breathe in. The lips are closed, and you breathe in through the nose, and you constrict the throat. So you hear like an ocean sound inside the skull. You're activating a little bit of your vocal cords. Some people like to say, keep your lips closed, but as you breathe, whisper your own name. And you can whisper your whole name or just your first name, whatever resonates with you. So take a moment to constrict the back of the throat just slightly as you breathe in through the nose. See if you don't hear the sound of a roaring, distant ocean. Or try and keeping your lips closed but whispering your name. That is your Ujjayi breath. Very ancient, meditative kind of breathing. For some reason, whenever I do the Ujjayi breath, I really feel the breath in my belly, as if my belly is pulling the air in, inviting the air to come deep, and then squeezing, inviting the air to leave by squeezing the belly in. So let's do that for a good few minutes of just focused breathing, trying to keep the Ujjayi breath alive inside of us as we breathe in, invite the air deep into the belly. Continue to breathe. If your mind leaves the breath and goes on to your to-do list, your things that you have to do, or just starts to stress out and think about all these things, just ask it to wait. Just ask it to exit. Imagine that it just drifts away and dissipates in the air around your body. Keep your focus on your true self, your breath, and awareness of the body, how it feels in every part. You. Very beautiful breathing. Hopefully, whenever you find yourself in a position where you're waiting in a line, waiting in a bank, waiting in traffic, you can connect to that Ujjayi breath, and you can find your inner peace and allow it to not only fill your heart with love and understanding and contentment, but to express that out as an energy that surrounds you, that when other people even notice you, they appreciate that peace and that contentment and that possibility of love. Love for all living forms and all things that are not alive too. Rainbows, clouds, they're not technically alive, but you can love them and they can love you back. They are there for your joy. All right, let's see if we can get back into hands and feet on the ground. Let's do a downward dog. So we're swinging it around now. Come up onto your hands and feet. Starting hands and knees if you like. And then lift the knees up. Drop the head down. Find a good place for your feet. Push away with your hands. And stretch through the back. If you can't get your legs straight, then you're allowed to bend your knees. As long as you can try and stretch through the back, you're doing a good downward dog. You don't have to have your legs straight. Try picking both heels up and bringing them all the way down. Lift them up. Allow them to descend. Pick them up. And now just the right heel goes down. And then the left, right comes up. Walk the dog. Take your dog for a walk. You can even pick the foot up if you want, or you can just let the heel come up. Allow the hips to move left and right as the heels come up. And then both heels up on your toes, push back, and drop the heels as much as you can. Beautiful. Walk your feet a little closer to your hands now and just hang in ragdoll. Let your arms crisscross, sort of cross your elbows, and let them be heavy and pulling down. Maybe swing the arms a little bit back and forth. Beautiful. Okay, now heel toe your feet just a little wider than they have been. Just a little wider than your hips. Take your right hand to your left ankle and your left hand up into the air. And then switch sides. Left hand to right ankle, right hand up in the air. Let's go back and forth a few times. Stretch it up. Stretch it up, stretch it up, stretch it up. Both hands on the floor in front of your feet. Pick your toes up so your hands have some of your body's weight and your heels, but their toes are up in the air. Release your head. And toes come down. Let's bend the left knee and then push back. Bend the right knee, push it back. Left knee, push back. Right knee, push back. Both knees bend here, hands on the knees, round your back, drop your head, push your legs away, bring the body up, walk up the thighs. Take a moment to stand balanced and tall. Find good footing under the body to support yourself. Make sure you feel a connection in your heels and in the balls of the feet. Each foot has kind of like a little triangle of base. Connect by the little toe, by the big toe, and by the heel on each foot. Reach up through your sternum, arms out to the side and up, breathe in. Stretch tall as you can, reach for the ceiling, stretch up, 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 more up, breathe in more, expand your ribs. Excellent. Drop that right hand down, watch it go, let it go all the way down to the leg, and tap the side of the leg. And now we walk our fingers towards the knee, down the leg, and bring the body over. Beautiful stretch for the side body all the way, again, from hips to fingertips, and maybe even farther down than the hips, down into that left thigh. Stretch and breathe. Walk your fingers up your leg, bring the body upright. Let the right hand rise as you breathe in, watch it come up. Stretch tall, big breath in, expand your ribs. And let's let the left side slowly descend. Watch the hand drop. Let it go all the way down by your leg. Tap your hand on your leg. And then start to walk the fingers down by the knee, bringing the body sideways. Beautiful stretch. Walk the fingers back up the leg. And join both hands in the air. Watch the hand rise. Reach up. Breathe in. Arms out to the side. And let's come down and put your hands right on your knees. Bend your knees. sit back into a little squat. And reach it up. Hands to the knees, sit back into a little squat. Push it up, breathe in. Hands to the knees, just a little squat. And now we're going to stay in the squat, reach the hands up. Stay here for a moment as you breathe in. Feel the energy rising in the core, in the hips, in the knees, in the shoulders, in the heart, in the lungs, in the belly. All right, stretch it tall, stretch it straight up, breathe in. And arms out to the side and down. Let's do a little bit of a swinging leg. So we're just going to swing the leg. Swing, 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 swing. Let's let the other leg swing now. Swing it forward and back. Find your balance. Maybe you can swing better than me. I need a little bit of a toe tap in the back to keep my balance until I get going. Beautiful. Let's do the yoga squat. So we're going to get our feet a little bit wide and toes pointing out. Let me get this bubble out of my yoga mat or I will have problems. Okay, so we're going to angle the feet out about 45 degrees. Make them a little bit wider. You're going to bring the knees over the toes and down into a squat. Elbows inside the knees, hands in prayer pose. And adjust your feet if you need to. The whole idea with the squat is to press your elbows out as you press your knees in against your elbows. So there's a very dynamic force there that integrates the whole body in this pose. Hands pressing together, lift up with the top of the head, and let your heart shine forward. Squeeze your shoulder blades back. Yoga squat. Experiment with if you want to squeeze the buttocks in this position. That allows the knees to open wider if you squeeze the buttocks. Okay, put your hands down right in front of your toes and hips go high, head goes down. Forward fold, standing forward fold. Walk your feet in a little bit so your feet are right under your hips. And let's put the hands on the knees, bend the knees, push yourself away, stand tall. Let's do a little bit of a back bend here. Bring your feet right under your hips, toes pointing forward. Clench your buttocks in, clench your legs in, clench your belly in. Arms come behind, and we're just going to put the hands into interlocked fingers. You can put palm to palm, or you can put both palms facing back and interlock your fingers that way. I like to do that. I don't know why. It feels a little bit better in the shoulders for me sometimes. And then straighten the arms and push those hands with the knuckles reaching down towards your heels. Lift through the heart. Lift through the top of the head. Release the hands and bring them out to the side and up. Breathe in. Let's bring eagle arms down. We're bringing a cross of the elbows. Crisscross the elbows, wrap the forearms, and bring the palms of the hands together. Stand tall, stand straight. Eagle arms, reach up, breathe in. Reach down, bring the elbows down to the chest, exhale. Fingers reaching up to the ceiling, breathe in. Elbows come down, close to the chest, exhale. One more time, up and down. Reach your arms out to the side, behind your tailbone. Interlock your fingers, stand tall. Shine your heart forward, squeeze your shoulders back. Lift the top of the head up, breathe in. Release the arms out. Let's do the eagle the other way. Lift the fingers up, sink the elbows down. Breathe in, breathe out. test using the Ujjayi breath as you move the eagle hands up and down. And release, reach your arms out. And let's take a few minutes to resettle back into our seated position. Takes me a minute to get back into seated, sorry. So, how you feeling? We've done almost a full hour already. Went fast today, didn't it? So take a moment to just be with yourself. Notice how you feel, different from how you felt about an hour ago. All the muscles are stretched a little bit. All the blood is flowing freely, unconstricted, and all your nerves are singing. Think about the fascia, that network of filaments underneath the skin that wraps every muscle and every organ in the entire body. And that is the communication network throughout. And that is what we are stimulating when we do our yoga. It allows you to be at your premium health. Also, watch your nutrition and make sure you stay hydrated. Be sure you eat some fresh fruits or fresh vegetables today. Take a lot of either hot green tea or just clean water to drink. And remember that as stressful as life is these days, we still have each other, and that's a lot. And I'm very grateful for each and every one of you. So thank you for joining me today. We'll just end our hour with some quiet meditation today, and I will stop talking so that you can find that true self within your heart. Acknowledge and honor that true self. Are you doing your Ujjayi breath?